Good morning, YouTube peeps, and it is Saturday morning. And yesterday I had the day off, so I spent some time baking and trying out some different recipes. And you know me, I always try to combine recipes or take a little bit of all the good things that I like and put them together in a recipe. So that's what I was doing. I made two recipes. I'll share both of them with you this morning. One of them was like the little muffins. I wanted to make something for breakfast and was looking for something that was a low carb. Doesn't matter about the fats, obviously, with our diet. And also with the protein, I was trying to figure out how to incorporate protein into some of the breads or muffins or whatever. So I'm using my protein mix and adding that into it, which my protein mix that I use is a MRM protein mix, which I like because of the fact that it's lower in carbohydrates and it's not really high in protein. I think it's only like 19 or something grams in a scoop, but I do really like the taste of it. It doesn't have that aftertaste. So, and a lot of your protein shakes will have that. I also liked the Jillian Michaels, but the problem with the Jillian Michaels is that it's really high in carbohydrates. So, and because I'm trying to do what Miss HCG Chica was telling us as to stay low on carbs for the next 9 days before I load, to help me out with not gaining a lot when I load. I had to change and go back to my old protein mix. So that's what I did. Anyways, all right, so there I go. I'm going off the subject again. Here is what I put together for let's see, I got to find the one that I want. This is it for the muffins. I put together 12 tablespoons of the flaxseed meal, which is basically a cup of the flaxseed meal. So that is a lot. That was a lot of calories right there, but it also has a lot of fiber, which for us, we need fiber, so that's why I did that. Cream cheese, 1 cup, 2 large eggs, and 1/8 of a cup of either the Splenda or whatever sweetener you want to use. And I used 1/8 of a cup of agave, which I'm going to show you at the end of this video what that looks like, because I found some really cool coconut agave at my health food store, and I'll show you that. And then 1.5 scoops of my protein, or about 3 tablespoons of the protein mix, whatever you use. And that's going to make like I said, if you have a protein mix that's higher in protein, like 23, some of them are 23 or 30 or whatever, that's going to only make your protein ratio go up for these muffins, so which is good. And then ground cinnamon, I probably use maybe a tablespoon or maybe even more of that because I love cinnamon. And then the allspice, I put like maybe a half a teaspoon or maybe a teaspoon of that in there. Nutmeg, a 1/4 teaspoon I put in there. And what I did is I just put all the dry ingredients together and then mixed in the wet ingredients. Mixed it together really well and then just put it in the little muffin makers. And I baked it for 350 for anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. I would say, depending on your oven. I would just check it after 15 minutes and see, because you just don't want them to get too dark. But this is what they come out like. Let's see if I can see, they're like little mini muffins. They're so good. I don't know if you can see them. I hate these cameras. It's so hard to get it in there. There we go. There we go. But I'll put a picture up too, because it's too hard to get the camera in there. But that is my little, I guess they would be Charms flaxseed cinnamon muffins, but they're really good. My son loved them. My husband loved them. They're almost all gone already. Recipe is my low carb flaxseed bread that again, sort of took a couple of recipes and put them together. And I ended up using, again, the 1 cup of the almond flour, which was a gluten-free, and 1 cup of the flaxseed, 4 tablespoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of, or tablespoons, I'm sorry, of the Splenda, or whatever sweetener you want to use, and 1 cup of the protein powder. And again, the protein ratio will be higher if you're using a higher, I don't know what the protein powder as far as the grams go, because mine was only like 19, where a lot of them can go up to 30, so that's going to change what the calculator will come to in the end. 1 cup, or I'm sorry, 1/3 cup of, 1 cup of cheese, and I just used the Mexican blend cheese. I just used whatever was in my refrigerator. And then 4 tablespoons, and those are all your dry ingredients. And basically you just mix all those dry ingredients together in a bowl and make sure that they're all mixed really well. And then I took the 4 tablespoons of the Greek yogurt and 2 eggs and a 1/4 cup of water. And then I mixed that together really well. And then after I mixed it together really well, I blended it into the dry mixture, which I'm including the cheese in the dry mixture, so the cheese is in that dry mixture that you mix together. And then I just put it in the oven for like 350 for about 20 minutes. What I did is I didn't have the right kind of baking pan. I just had one of the round, sort of like double stacker cake pans that are, just like this high and basically like 1 inch high and basically a round circle. So it ended up, that recipe made 2 of those, which is like a cake, basically a 2-stacker cake. But what I did is I just put half the mixture in one tin and then half in the other, and I took a sandwich baggie and sprayed it with the oil, the coconut oil, on that, and then I use that to sort of press the dough down, because it is kind of sticky. It's not a real like bread doughy type of consistency. You have to actually kind of smush it down into the pan and mold it around and sort of make it flat on the pan. So, and then after you do that, then you can just put it in the oven, and after you come out, you make, you cut it like a pie. I just 3 and 3, basically 6 pieces in one of the circular pans, which, like I said, I made 2, so that's 12 servings. And this is 1 serving. If you can see this, it's like basically a piece of pie, basically, is what it is, size, but it's a large pie size. And then if you can see, there's 2 pieces. Let's see, I always get this messed up. If you open this up, there's 2 pieces. So you can make like a sandwich or whatever. I just used it with my omelet, but that's what it comes out to look like. It's really good, actually. But I had it with my breakfast this morning. And as far as that calculator goes, if I can find it, I'm going to have to find that. I'm going to put up the link for both the recipes. I'll put below so you guys can see that. And hopefully that'll help. I found it. It is. The calories is 148. Carbs is 6. Fat is 8, protein is 15, fiber is 3, and sugars is 2. So I think that came out pretty good too for a ratio. But I was very excited. It was a lot of fun just to try to figure out healthy alternatives for bread and for muffins. And I hope you guys enjoy it and can use them and love them as much as we did. Thanks. There goes my son. Sorry.